cheese.
So it's a cheese challenge, and I love to eat cheese. It's awesome. I mean, who doesn't like cheese?
This is how round one is going to work. Taking it in turns, you're going to walk up, you're going to touch the cheese, smell the cheese, cut the cheese, taste the cheese, and then identify the cheese correctly.
Looking at the cheeses, I know what blue cheese looks like. I know what Swiss cheese looks like, but I'm going to have to be a little bit more specific. I am trying to count up how many of those I actually will know, and it's not many.
You can taste as many of these cheeses as you like before you have to name one.
I am in hell. I buy cheese for my husband. I might try one now and then, but this is definitely not my ideal challenge.
Get the cheese right, and you're still in this mini challenge. You're still in with a chance of cooking off against the top chef for that pin. Get it wrong, and you're gone.
I think I'm best suited for this challenge. I mean, Rachel doesn't even like cheese. I'm feeling pretty good, actually.
It is a sudden knockout. Just one word of warning. Think before you pick. Not everything is as it seems.
Right. Time to work out who's going to go first. A knife pull. Who's going to come up first?
I'll go.
All right, Brent. Brent, you'll be going first. Rachel? Third. Fantastic. So, Brent, you'll be going first. Renee, you'll be going second. Rachel, you'll be going third. It's time to name that cheese. Brent, you ready?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Go, Brent.
Right.
What do you know, Brent? What do you know?
You always second guess when you're up here. Always.
My first pick is the bocconcini, the baby mozzarella balls. I think every person here knows what bocconcini is, and I want to get it off there so no one else can pick it.
What is it?
Bocconcini.
You're absolutely right. Well done. Renee, you're next.
I know that's the one you guys don't think is what it seems, I think. I pick up Parmesan because I know what it is, and I think it's going to be quite a simple answer.
Right, what do you got?
Parmesan.
You're absolutely right. Well done. No, Rachel.
The first one I choose is feta.
Right, what do you got?
I have feta.
You're absolutely right. Greek feta. Brent, you back up, man.
My second pick is ricotta. I see it in the deli every time I go to the supermarket, so I know exactly what it is, and I'm happy to get that off the bench as well.
What do you got?
I have ricotta.
Yes, you do. Well done.
I'm feeling pretty good. I've knocked out the two easiest cheeses, and the girls have picked their first, so I don't know how much more they'll know.
Back up, Renee.
Before I choose my next cheese, I have a nibble of a few of the other cheeses just to make sure in my mind that I know what I'm going to choose after this one. My second pick is the Swiss cheese, and I choose that because it's something that I eat quite regularly and it's something I buy for the kids. I think it's Swiss cheese.
More information, please.
I'm thinking, really? Has she made a mistake?
When the judges tell me I have to give them more information, that's when I know I've got myself in a bit of a pickle. Like Gruyere? And I say Gruyere because I know that's a type of Swiss cheese.
Renee? You're incorrect.
Oh, damn
Put
it.
the cheese back down and head upstairs. Immunity, not today for you.
I'm really upset. I'm actually having to hold back tears. That is something I've been looking forward to for a long time, is going into immunity. And as I walk up to the gantry, I'm actually gritting my teeth. I'm really humiliated by the fact that I didn't know it.
All right, comes down to you two. Brent, Rachel. Do you go shopping for cheese with your husband?
I buy him cheeses for him to taste. My second pick is the big block down the side. Salty. I taste it, feel the saltiness, little cracks in my mouth.
Brent, how many of these do you think you know?
I think I know about 3, possibly 4 more.
Wow. Rachel, what about you?
The one. Brenton knows about 3 or 4. Okay, mate. I know 1.
Right, what do you got, Rachel?
My daughter's favourite, a good old cheddar. No?
Absolutely right. Well done. All right, Brent, your turn, man.
Alrighty.
But you should be right. You know 4 of them.
I love eating soft cheese. It's probably my favourite cheese to eat, and I'm in 2 minds. Is it Brie or is it Camembert? Is it Brie? Is it Camembert? Is it Brie? Is it Camembert?
Which one?
Oh, he's a brave boy. He's a brave boy.
Oh, I'm going for it.
You're braver than I.
Just so you know, when the 4 of us named the cheeses, the cheese that you're carrying there, 2 of us named it one type, 2 of us named it another type.
That's my worry. I love to eat it, so I'm just going to hope that I'm right.
What is it?
Camembert?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, it's pretty firm and it's got the shape of Camembert. Distinguishing the taste is almost impossible for an amateur, but I'm just going with my gut and I'm hoping that I'm right.
Brent, you picked one of the hardest ones. Matt and I, we said that cheese was Camembert, and we were absolutely wrong. It's actually King Island Dairy Brie.
That's okay.
Oh, why didn't you just pick a cheese that you know what it is? I mean, I know 2 or 3 more cheeses on the board. Why wouldn't I just do that? A wasted opportunity.
And Rachel, you're going into the second round.
Oh my gosh. He knew 3 or 4 and he's got it mixed up. And now I'm cooking. Yay me.
What a pleasure it is to give this to you. It really suits you. And I can't wait to see you cooking it. You go, girl. Okay? Well done.
Thanks.
I'm Callan Smith, I'm 18 and from Sydney.
5, 6, 7, and.
So at school, I do performing arts classes, and at the moment I'm doing the musical theatre course. I love theatre and the arts. If not studying or with friends or in the theatre, always cooking. When I started learning about molecular gastronomy, I really became obsessed with the science behind food. So at school, I decided to do a presentation basically, and it was my interpretation of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So there was the lickable wallpaper. That was something that you don't see very often, is people like the principal licking things off the wall. And that's what makes up my food dream, the combination of theatre and food put together. So it's a theatrical dining experience is what I like to call it. For me, MasterChef is definitely going to change my life. It's definitely going to send me on a path and pursue my food dream. Just making a bit of a Japanese-inspired salmon tartare, actually. Ponzu granita and wasabi caviar. Me and the family love to eat raw fish, so I wanted to do a take on that for my dish.
Good job.
I've taken on a lot today. Preparing the fish is really time-consuming.
Come on, Callan. Okay, come on, gotta leave it now, Callan.
As well as I've got the air, the caviar, the sorbet and the tuile. Couple of pots. This is wasabi and soy to make the wasabi caviar.
Watching Callan is just incredible. I can't believe he's only 18 years old. You're smashing it. I cannot believe how many elements and techniques he's putting onto this dish.
So I'm making the wasabi caviar.
Yeah, good job. Perfect.
This is the sort of stuff you usually only see at a top restaurant.
Callan, maybe a chore. Come on. Come on, and you're fine.
A lot of things on the go. This is a yuzu air. So when I've done it at home, it's been an hour on the dot, so I suppose that would be something that's scaring me a little bit.
Callan has said he can get this cook done in exactly an hour.
Get your ponzu. It's all right, Callan. Focus, mate.
An hour in MasterChef goes so much quicker than an hour at home.
How long do I have?
I hope he hasn't taken on too much today.
I don't know if he's going to finish in time.
A bit stressed now.
He's only got like a little bit left.
So the dish I'm making is a Japanese-inspired salmon tartare. Oh, I'd love an apron today. I've taken on a lot today. For me, cooking is about going hard or going home, so I've got to create something that will wow the judges. Is this going to fit in the oven? Woo. Every element, they're all just as in the limelight as each other, so there's no half-hearted business going on here. For me, the wasabi caviar just adds a little bit of a punch.
It's all right, Cal, you got this. You'll be fine, Cal.
The air brings about a citrus flavour to the dish.
Go, Callan!
And I wanted the ponzu sorbet to give contrast to the freshness of the fish. Oh, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Well done, Callan. Wow.
Oh, to get an apron today would mean the world to me. It would just be something that, I don't know, best thing ever, really.
Callan, welcome.
How are you?
Nice to see you. So tell me, is this more exciting or more challenging than doing one of those exams?
Way more exciting, I can guarantee you that much. Just as challenging, if not more challenging.
Yeah.
But the outcome's worth it.
So what's this dish? Because obviously it looks like it's something that should be in an Italian restaurant, but I suggest it maybe has got a bit of a twist on it.
Yes, so it's Japanese-inspired salmon tartare with the ponzu sorbet, the yuzu air, and then there's a bonito and nori tuile.
Can we go and watch this?
Yeah. You're what, 18 years old?
18, yeah.
What do you think about the future holding?
I love theatre. I'd like to own my own restaurant that implements theatre through food. That's why I love testing so much. So through molecular gastronomy and that sort of stuff and weird and quirky ways of presenting things is something that I'd love to be able to do and experiment with.
That's great. Wow.
Is everything you do kind of crazy molecular, or do you cook other stuff as well?
I cook other stuff as well. So I love modern Thai style foods. Long Grain is one of my favourite restaurants. Has been since I was little. And their take on modern Thai food is something that I love.
I like when you say when you were little.
Have you ever tried cooking it yourself?
Yeah, actually, I did a pop-up restaurant when I was 15, and I did lots of the long grain style food for that. My grandmother has breast cancer, so I wanted to raise money for breast cancer and support a good cause.
Beautiful, beautiful. You
close
like
to
a,
heart.
you like a bit of child prodigy. I really hope this tastes good.
What cuts did you use in the tartare?
I just used the top side of the salmon.
Okay, great. Clever boy.
Good stability in that foam, George.
Very good. What are the little pearls?
They're wasabi caviar.
And you made that?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Callan.
No, your full name?
Oh, Callan Smith.
I'm going to say this, Callum Smith.
Yeah.
Callum Smith. Everyone is going to remember that name.
Big time.
Because that is sensational cooking.
Thank you.
There are so many raw fish dishes in restaurants all around Australia and around the world right now, right? Still, that is an absolutely standout dish because what it does to your palate. It is just all over the place. It's fresh, it's zesty, saltiness there, there's sweetness in there.
It looks like such a quiet, unassuming dish, but the flavours are just absolutely booming. That punch upon to the kind of the bright fragrance of the tartare is beautifully prepared, wonderfully cut. That crispy wafer is genius. I think that is just delicious. You've used sweetness in there, which is great to see in a savoury dish. Gee, you've got an amazing future. Amazing.
18. And you're cooking like that at 18 with thoughtfulness and care and creativity. Mate, you are insane. Like, insanely incredible. I don't want to jinx you, right? But all I'm saying is, how good is Series 9? It is awesome, and you're awesome, mate.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. That's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Well, honestly.
Thank you so much. That is
Well
beautiful.
done. Well done.
Beautiful food.
One of the most memorable dishes for me in a long time in auditions. Like, that is incredible.
I'm excited. I'm excited to give you this. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
We are expecting massive things. Not that there's any pressure on your back after you put up a dish that good, because that's the sort of dish that wins the competition.
Thank
not
you.
gets you into it. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done. See ya. Well done. You'll all be coming together. Your dream of that apron to becoming more real. Half an hour to go. Come on, guys. Almost there.
Come on, Brandon.
I made all the components, so now I'm just clearing the bench so I can assemble the firecracker. The first part of assembly is stacking the coloured discs in the right order. Lay the raspberry gel. The raspberry gel disc with the peanut brie on either side will go right in the centre of the firecracker. Push out one of the raspberry marshmallows. Then on the other side of that will be my marshmallow, topped with the peanut butter cremone and the cold set brulee.
A 16 by 5 PVC tube, cling film side down.
So to make the firecracker, first of all, we put one of the crunch discs in the end. Then we add mousse. Then add the discs that are in the right order, hopefully. Push that down, add more mousse, and keep layering up the dessert until we've got all the layers in the right order surrounded by mousse.
Last turn's quick side, about 10 to 12 minutes.
Feels really good. I've actually created something that's starting to look like Anna's dish, and it's so exciting.
I can't believe how quickly you caught up. I know.
Heads up, heads up. It's really important you read the recipe and you assemble the elements in the right order. So it's all there in your recipe.
Yeah. I feel like I've done really well so far, but everyone in that kitchen is working as hard as I am today, so I need to make sure that my firecracker is perfect.
I'm just trying to read through to make sure that I got that firecracker right. Just trying to understand everything.
And suddenly it dawns on me, I'm missing the bottom layer of my crunch.
Oh, shit. What's wrong? I got to put one of these at the bottom.
I just can't believe I haven't added it to the other end of my firecracker.
She forgot to put something at the bottom.
Yeah, one of the crispy edges.
Is there any way to get through to the bottom?
There is no way that I can fix this mistake without ruining the other elements.
Those shoulders aren't dropping, are they? No, you sure?
No, yeah.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I missed an element. I did put it in there, so the element is still in there. But yeah.
No, I mean, look, it's your first pressure test. There's going to be things we had to kilter. You just got to make sure that everything else is absolutely perfect.
Thank you,
So
Matt.
don't leave heart. You know the deal. You do it.
Thank you.
Can you read me a bedtime story too?
Everything can change in these next 10 minutes. 10 minutes to go. Keep pushing. You'll get there. Come on, guys. Come on.
Come on, guys. Come on, Aaron. Come on, mate.
I'm trying not to get frazzled by my mistake earlier, but I still have a lot to do to assemble this dish. Take a 16 rind with acetate. Gently push, wait. I'm a bit confused about what the recipe is telling me to do with the acetate.
Go, Christina.
Take a 16, yes, with acetate. The only acetate I can find is the transfer, so I pop that in my PVC mould.
Finishing in rapid fail.
I wonder whether she was supposed to.
I can see Christina replace the inside lining of the PVC tube with the transfer sheet that's supposed to go on the outside of the firecracker later.
She's got a rapid, doesn't she? Yeah.
Christina's going to need that later. She could really be in trouble.
I have no idea how much I want. My mousse looks really good. My crunch is looking good. And the peanut grue is looking good. I just hope I have enough time to temper my chocolate and finish the dish.
I've got probably the most tricky bit left to do, the tempering the chocolate. I'm sweating, I'm nervous, I've got hardly any time to do it. I'm under loads of pressure and I've just got to get this done.
Place the chocolate in a microwave-safe bowl, now at 40-second bursts. How much chocolate?
Tempering the chocolate is probably one of the most crucial elements of this dish. Will give it that nice crack when you cut into it. This is also the element where the transfer goes on, so it's the first thing that judges will see. If that's not beautiful and shiny and neat, it's not going to look like Anna's dish.
So the chocolate melts in the microwave and I come back to my bench and I put it on a marble board and I move it around until it gets down to 31 degrees.
That looks great, Em.
Still at 74. I'm looking at my chocolate and it's just not coming down. It's still at 74 degrees, but it's so hard.
Are you on Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Oh, crap. It was Fahrenheit.
Just melt it again.
I thought it was getting too thick. I can't believe it. Rookie error.
Thanks, Brian.
I've brought the chocolate back down to temperature. So now I'm going to transfer it onto the transfer sheet. I smooth it out over the transfer with a palette knife until 2 millimeter thick.
3 minutes to go. Come on.
I'm absolutely exhausted, but I've got so much adrenaline pumping around my body. I lay the mousse insert on top of the chocolate, and I'm really excited because I can see I'm rolling this up into a cylinder that's actually looking like Anna's, and I can see the transfer on the outside, and it looks incredible. And I had no idea that this was even going to be remotely possible for me to do. I'm really proud of myself for having done what I've done.
2 minutes to go! Don't give up! Come on!
The pressure is really intense. I'm really rushing at this point. Really trying to make sure at the same time I don't make any more mistakes.
Christina takes the mould off the firecracker and I can already see the transfer around the mousse.
Oh no.
Oh, penny's gonna drop now. She's tempering her chocolate, but because she's already used her transfer, Unless she fixes it somehow, the firecracker's just going to have chocolate on the outside.
Panicking quite a lot at this point. It's quite tricky to get the chocolate around my PVC mould. Then I realised the transfer is supposed to be the first thing you see.
30 seconds!
I've really got a motive for this last step. So I get more transfer acetate. I spread my tempered chocolate on top and I roll my mould in my tempered chocolate with the acetate on the outside.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Next up, Aram.
I have no idea if I've done enough to get an apron. All I know is that I'm really proud of myself for having done what I've done, and I'm just really, really happy to be taking up something like that to the judges.
Oh my. Aram, you've run ultramarathons, you've crossed continents, you've swum oceans. How did that 3.5 hours compare?
It felt a bit more like a sprint than a marathon, to be honest.
Yeah.
It went so quickly, it was so intense, but amazing.
It looks amazing. I think that's the best casing we've seen. It's absolutely pristine.
It's wrapped really, really well. It's really tight and really well done, actually.
You know what it's all about, though? It's all about that dreadful moment when George cuts it open. Fingers crossed. Come on, have a look. Wow. How good's that?
This is what we want, isn't it?
We have a battle on our hands,
Yeah, we do
don't
have a battle.
Wow. We have a battle on our hands,
Yeah, we do
don't
have a battle, yeah.
Anna, what do you reckon about the look of the cracker?
Oh, that looks like a pastry chef has created that. So, great work.
Be all about texture in the end and the flavour of that chocolate mousse.
Absolutely.
Go on then, dive in.
Wow. Am I allowed to say that's my favourite so far?
Yes, you are. Yes, please go ahead and say that.
I really love what you've done. The crunch is a little bit thick, but the assembling of it's great. Overall, I think it's going to be a really tight decision, to be honest.
What I love about it, the temper on the chocolate is just crack. You know, mousse is soft. It's a brilliant job. It really is.
Thank you.
This is a hard challenge. This is a long challenge. And you have done an amazing job.
Thank you.
As has Emily. And I think it's pretty clear that we've got a pretty tough decision to make. You just need to go back, cross your fingers, and hope that you come up on top in the end. Thank you.
I'm so excited to get the feedback like that from the judges. It's amazing to be told that I'm actually in with a chance of getting one of these aprons. I'm also a bit nervous. Maybe I've done enough, maybe I haven't, and I just desperately want that apron.
I'll be watching you.
Another elimination day. The 7 of you are standing here because you were defeated yesterday in the team challenge. So you have to face the consequences. And one thing's for sure, you know that one person is going home. The problem with these elimination days is we throw all sorts of surprises up in the air and you never know your luck. So best of luck to all of you today.
Right, new day, yeah? So, 2 rounds, 2 chances, 2 opportunities. Round 1, 16 cloches, 16 classic dishes. One by one, we'll lift a cloche, and then all of you simultaneously will write down what that classic dish is.
I think I have a really broad knowledge base about classic dishes, probably, you know, one of the best in the competition, so hopefully I can pick all 16 of them.
The only way you can name it is visually. You won't be able to eat it, sniff it, do any of that type of stuff. You got it?
I'm honestly a little bit concerned about Brent and Byron, only based on experience. You know, they're both quite modern cooks and they may not be familiar with all the classics.
The first couple of dishes will be easy to identify. Well, we hope so. But as we get down the line, they'll get tougher and tougher. If you're one of the first 3 people to get a dish wrong, we'll be seeing you in round 2. Make sense?
Yes.
Easy?
No.
Well,
Never easy.
yeah. You ready to do this?
Yes.
Yep. What about you, Sarah? What's your knowledge like on classic dishes?
I know quite a few, hopefully. It just depends, you know, what cuisines and...
Remind us, what cuisines are your strength?
I love French and Indian.
Okay. What about you, Colin?
I think I've got a pretty good handle on classic dishes. Might struggle a bit with spelling, but apart from that I should go okay.
Due to the fact that I'm the worst speller on earth, we won't be marking you down on the spelling, yeah?
Good news.
Great.
Right, we're going to take you on a trip around the world to see how good your food knowledge is. If you find yourself in round 2, you'll only have the ingredients from the dishes correctly identified by the 7 of you to cook with. Limited pantry. Right, let's start. We are looking for the recognizable name, the main name by which each of these dishes are known. Ready for dish number 1? This should be an easy one. Come and have a look, but don't get too close.
Ding. Very confident, not worried.
I think Byron's really struggling there.
I'm 99% sure, but I just can't believe it. It could be something this simple. Maybe I'm missing something.
Right, that's enough of a look. This should be easy. This is only round 1. Write down your answers, please. Everybody ready? All good answers? Everyone correct?
Hope so.
Yep. Byron, what is it?
Spaghetti carbonara.
All of you said carbonara? You're all correct, you're all safe. All right, dish 2, you ready?
Yes.
Another easy one. The hardest thing about guessing this is spelling it.
Everybody done? Brent, what's the dish?
Ta-ta-tan.
Love your spelling of it. I'm going to spell it like that from now on. Colin, what's your dish?
Ta-ta-tan.
Byron?
Ta-ta-tan.
How did you spell that?
T-A-R-T. T-A-T-A-N.
We're definitely not a group of spellers, we're a group of cooks.
Congratulations, you're all still alive. Time for dish number 3. This might throw one or two of you. Do you know what this dish is? Brent?
I can't.
You worried?
Yeah.
You got a mental blank? You know what it is and you can't get it out of your head?
I'll know it once you say it.
I'm starting to second guess myself. I'm not sure, I'm in 2 minds, so I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to be the first into round 2. In fact, I don't want to be in round 2 at all.
Brent, we're going to need an answer. Right, let's put Brent out of his misery one way or the other. Brent, reveal your answer. Ossobuco, you think? Interesting. Byron, let's have a look at yours.
Not sure if it's spelled right, but...
Ossobuco as well. Gee. Amelia, what do you think the dish is?
Ossobuco.
Tracy?
Ossobuco.
Jamie?
Ossobuco.
Feeling a bit more confident now, Brent?
Feel a little bit better.
You've all said ossobuco. You are, of course, right. All doing very nicely so far. Does it get harder, Brent? You betcha. Byron, what would you love to see under this next cloche?
Something that I know.
Right, dish 4. Write down the name, please.
If you've ever been to a Thai restaurant or been to Thailand, you're going to guess that for sure.
All done?
Yeah. No.
How you going there, Colin?
Yeah, I'm
You
struggling.
got a couple of dishes in your head? Or just one?
I've got a couple, and that's the problem. I know it's Thai. I know it's noodles. It's a bewilderment to me that I can't write down what the thing is. I just can't think of the name of the damn thing.
Colin, you need an answer.
Okay. I don't want to be the first person to go through to round 2. It's the last thing I want.
Colin, 2 dishes in your head. What did you finally decide to put down?
I just put Thai fried rice. I just couldn't think of the name of it.
What did you say, Sarah?
Pad Thai.
Amelia.
Pad Thai.
Jamie.
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai.
Pad Thai.
I'm sorry to say, Colin, you're wrong. It's not Thai fried rice. It is Pad Thai.
I can't believe that he got it wrong. I thought that this whole challenge would be playing into Colin and my hands. And the fact that Colin's gone out on the 4th dish just puts that little bit of fear in me that this isn't such a safe game.
First challenge is simple. Cook us one marvellous dish. But you must use one of the ingredients under these cloches.
I love this challenge. Things are going to get a little hot in here. What are they? Chilies. Poblano chilies. Jalapenos. Starting to see a little pattern here, huh?
Ooh.
Cayenne chilies.
I'm starting to realise that those minutes under the chilies is all the cooking time you're going to get. And 15 minutes is not much time at all.
Next one. Piquin. You see what's happening here?
They're getting hotter.
They're getting hotter.
If there's anything I don't want to cook with, it's hot chilies. For the simple fact, I can't handle them.
It's going to be very hot in here, especially when we look under this cloche.
I'm scared.
Come on, George, it's okay. Yep, the chilies are getting hotter. So under here, habanero. You have to cook with one of these chilies. The hotter the chili, the harder the dish, so the more time you have to cook that dish. That's why these little babies, you only get 5 minutes, and that's why the habaneros, you have 30 minutes.
But there's one more chili that I need to show you. This chili is the hottest chili in the world. This is the Trinidad Scorpion Butch Tea Chili. You know, that your tongue pretty much looks like that after you've tasted just a tiny bit of it. If you chose to cook with this, you'd have to wear a face mask. You'd have to wear gloves. If you touch this chili, your hands will be numb for 2 days.
Jeez.
So, it's off the table. Sarah, you're married into an Indian family, or Indian family's married into your family. You must love chili.
I do love chili, but I know that you guys can't handle too much spice, but...
What? Well, not us guys.
George.
I love chili, it's him.
Maybe you should have been not here today.
Maybe.
The rules are simple. You need to cook us a delicious dish. It's about being able to be smart cooks to introduce the flavour of the chili rather than just the punch and smack of the chili, yeah? You guys will be picking the chili that you want to cook with. We'll be working that out. A little MasterChef classic, the knife pull.
I really want to get the habanero chili for the simple reason I've got the most time.
Sarah, number 1. That means you're first.
Oh, great girl.
I knew she was going to take that one. OK, Tash. Number 2. That means you go second.
I'm definitely looking at the hotter chilies that give me a longer cooking time.
Brent, go 5 minutes, man. Go 5 minutes. Be brave.
I'd be crazy to choose a 5-minute dish. Sorry, Georgie.
So I'm gonna go with the cayenne.
5 minutes. No way. 15 minutes isn't long, but the opportunity to cook against a top chef would be absolutely mind-blowing, and I'll do anything I can to win this immunity challenge.
Sarah, your time starts now.
I definitely think I've got an advantage today. I've chosen the habanero chilies. They're the hottest, but it means I've got the longest time for cooking, 30 minutes.
Come on, Sarah.
All right, I'm doing it. Today, I'm going to make pork mince samosa with a chili chutney and a raita.
Is it hot?
It is pretty hot.
Fascinating challenge, because obviously it's a balance of heat and time. How do you temper something like a habanero? How do you make it cooler?
I think 30 minutes is very, very alluring. How would you do it, Kylie?
First of all, I guess I'd cut them open. I'd remove that inner membrane. Would I blanch them and then grill them, or would I slow roast them? It's sort of like cooking them for a long amount of time to sort of reduce the heat a little bit. They're quite scary, I have to say.
I finished my dough and I'm happy with that. So now I've got to get my oil in the pan up to temperature so that I can deep fry my samosa. I'm using the hottest chili today, so I really have to be careful not to make it too hot so my samosa's inedible. I just want to do a little chili jam on the side. I know George isn't a chili fan, so I'm going to make a little chili jam with habanero on the side so the judges can adjust the heat to their liking.
I love the fact that you're living dangerously and not only are you putting it in the main component, the samosa, but then you're going to make us a chili jam to dip the samosas into.
Yeah, because you guys have got different taste buds.
I love chili.
So I love chili as well, but I want that balance of pleasure and pain.
Yeah, exactly. So what about this sweaty head?
Don't worry about that.
Okay.
That's half of the pleasure.
Obviously, I'm worried about the flavour of the chili and getting that in there without taking it too far.
Right, 10 minutes down, 20 minutes to go. That means Tash is cooking. 20 minutes.
I'm going to take a big risk today. I'm going to use chili in a dessert. So I have to make sure to balance the heat of the chili with the sweetness of the dessert. But if I pull it off, I know that dish is going to set me apart from the other two. I'm going to make a pineapple and chili sorbet with a macerated fruit salad. I peel and core my pineapple, put that in the Thermomix along with some ice. One big hurdle in this dish, and that is making a sorbet in that 20 minutes. That has to be made and frozen in that time span.
I'm pretty nervous about the fact that I've only got 15 minutes. I've got the shortest amount of time and the least experience cooking with chilies.
You're almost on, Brent.
Yeah. It's all about the chilies, so get loads in there.
for me, and the cayenne is what I'm drawn to. I would use it in a way where it becomes the body of the dish.
Yeah.
So, you know, char it really gently, maybe make a puree.
Try the green one.
Oh, that's hot.
I think what the weirdest thing is the man who doesn't like chilies has probably made the best choice in terms of those cayenne.
Yeah, absolutely.
15 minutes down, that means 15 to go. Brent, let's get into the pantry.
Brent, what are you cooking?
I'm going to use the mussels. I'm going to use a bit of white wine and the chilli and toss it through a bit of garlic.
Let's get the herbs.
You know, all in one pan, make it delicious.
Yeah,
come on, community, man. That's what's on the line.
Go, Brent, go, Brent, go, Brent.
Unreal, Brent. You're on a winner, mate.
I've picked up a few nice ingredients so I can put up a nice little dish with mussels and hopefully make chilli the star.
Good choice. Excellent choice.
Well, there's been a bit of a running joke in the house with Brent and his chilli eating. Brent calls himself the chilli virgin because he's not good with heat, which didn't go down too well when the girls made him a coffee the other night full of chilli. So this challenge has probably come a little bit too soon for him, but he's got the mildest ones out of the bunch, so yeah, I think he'll do well.
Callan, idea? What is it?
I'm going to do some mussels with a chorizo, white wine, toss it through with the chilli and serve it on a bit of bread.
Great idea for that amount of time, Brent.
Okay, good. I like the sound of that idea. But you got a motor, right?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Come on, Brenty. Get him cranking, mate.
Remember, this little hot round is about the chance to fight for immunity. Keep that in mind. 10 minutes to go.
Come on. Go.
I'm still trying to get the right balance of chili in my pineapple sorbet. I cut the tips off the chilies because they're slightly less hot than the walls of the chili.
Will you have time to set your sorbet?
I mean, that's going to be, you know, fingers crossed. Great idea.
Great idea.
I've only got 10 minutes, so if my sorbet isn't set properly, I won't have a chili element on my dish at all, and I will be completely out of the running to get that immunity pin.
Things are hotting up. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes.
Come on, mate.
5 minutes left to go. I'm really worried. My oil is nowhere near hot enough to deep fry my samosa. I put my samosa in the oil and nothing happens. It's not even bubbling.
You're in desperate times, so you've either got to take some oil out. How much oil do you realistically need to fry them in?
So I just pour some of the oil out and hope it comes to temperature quicker. I need to really get motoring, otherwise I'm not going to get a dish up.
I debeard about 7 or 8 mussels because I know not all of them will open.
Just get it all on, mate.
Get those mussels in there, Brent. Lid on.
I'm frantic, time's ticking away. I just hope that I've got enough time to do it all.
This is it. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes before we determine the right of who's going to challenge for immunity.
I'm right down to the wire now. I'm nearly out of time, but the oil's finally up to temperature. I just hope that the samosa cooks through and the pastry is nice and crispy.
I've got rock melon and honeydew sitting in the ginger and mint and lime dressing, and I'm just hoping that my sorbet is setting in the freezer.
30 seconds to go. Come on.
30 seconds to go, and I still haven't got my sorbet on the plate. And I'm just hoping that it's set. My sorbet is set, and I've never been more relieved.
Go, guys!
Come on, Brent, you got your bread yet too, mate. Don't forget your bread.
The time has come. 10 seconds to go.